So if you could go back in time and tell your newly pregnant self anything, what would it be?
I would tell myself to celebrate what I was doing. To let the things that were hard be hard, but it doesn't have to all be hard.
Yeah.
That this is a wonderful, magical time. Like another human being is going to join this planet, and I get to be a part of it. I get to know this person. It's such a privilege to be attached to any part of his life, and I didn't focus enough on that, and I didn't really have anybody to kind of pull me aside and be like, "Are you so excited? This little person's gonna walk and talk and be cute, and you're gonna be so proud." And I got so caught up in how hard it was gonna be and focusing on the difficulties, and I got lost in the miracle and joy that was happening.
I think for me, if I could go back and tell myself something, it would be to, after placement, to really dig deep and grieve the loss that I just experienced. Because so many people in my life had the opinion that I was coming home from the hospital and I didn't have a baby, so why wouldn't life just go on as normal?
Yeah, it was over.
Yeah, and so well, you don't have a baby to take care of, so of course you're going to go back to school, you're just going to start back up, what you were doing.
Move on.
Yeah. And that was impossible. I mean, I'm grieving the loss of a child. You don't expect a mom who goes into a hospital and has a child die during childbirth to go home and go on with her life. You expect her to go home and lay in bed and feel sorry for herself because she just experienced something so painful. But birth moms don't get that credit. They're expected to go home. Sometimes they're expected to go home and just go on with life. And I would just tell myself to not let that happen, to go home and really experience the loss and to feel through it. And because I didn't do that, I just fell right back into my same pattern. And then I ended up having an unplanned pregnancy at 17, and I parented her. And I look back, and if obviously that situation, I would never go back and change it. I love my little girl to the stars and back, but I have so many emotions that I did not deal with after placement that just kind of snowballed into this big thing. And then I found myself 6 years later having to go back to that event in my life and process all of these emotions when it would have been so much easier to process them at that time.
Placing a child for adoption, it's beautiful and miraculous, but it is trauma. And trauma unprocessed doesn't go anywhere. It just festers and gets all swollen, and and I feel like whenever you finally do address it, it's there just like you left it. The only way out is through. You got to feel it to heal it, and it's just burdensome, and you might not notice that you're walking with a limp. You might just get used to it emotionally, but really you've got to. I know so many people who, because back in my day, we were just coming out of the days when you were told, yeah, just pretend it never happened. Don't talk about it, move on, get over it, but this isn't something that you can or should put in a box in the closet and walk away from. It's enriched my life. It's defined me in such a positive way. What terrible counsel to put that away or to deny it. But I feel like if I could go back and talk to poor little 17-year-old Tamara, I would say, fear not, honey, it's going to be okay. It's going to be better than okay. And let go of that life that you're clinging to so desperately because it's all that you know. Because something so much better is coming, And I knew that Justin's family would win because they're getting this perfect child. And I knew that Justin would win through adoption because he's going to have two parents with preparation, experience, and maturity. But I really thought I was going to be the loser and the victim of adoption left by the wayside. And I was prepared to make that deal because if Justin wins, I win. But if I could go back, I would say, you're going to win too, Tamara. This is going to bless you as well. You can't even imagine the residual blessings that are going to flow into your life year after year. It's given me a mission and a purpose and a call. It's given me a passion, and what a blessing. So many people don't have that. It's given me an opportunity to help other people. It's made me useful, and not to mention just the peace of mind I have because of the blessings that have come into his life, but also knowing the power and the strength that's within me. Also learning love. I learned love through Justin. This wasn't the end of my life. I thought it was the end. This was the beginning of my life. I say we were both born that day. I thought this would break me, but it fixed me. It mended me. Yes. And so I think I would just say, it's going to be okay. It's going to be better than okay. Yeah. Chin up.